Hey you guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Since the month of May is finally coming to a close, I decided I wanted to make this episode. Some of you may know that a YouTuber called Antdude has been dedicating every month of May for the last couple of years to a certain plumber in a marathon called Mayrio Month. And since May is basically over, I wanted to take my time to discuss one of the best party game franchises Nintendo has to offer, aside of Super Smash Bros. So today we're going to talk about Mario Kart. If you think about it, the idea of putting some of the most emblematic Nintendo characters in go-karts and make them race is a no-brainer. Nintendo wanted to expand upon the gameplay of the Super Nintendo launch title F-Zero, a game that used 2D sprites in an angle to simulate a 3D environment, using a technique called Mode 7. But they wanted to add a certain flair that would make the game more fun. So Nintendo sent out their team to go-karting, and they came to the conclusion that the movements of a go-kart were too stiff. So they decided to make the gameplay way more loose, as if you were driving a jet ski on land. This design philosophy is still applied today with the latest installments. Super Mario Kart was released on September 1st, 1992 in North America, and boy was it revolutionary. Every single original mechanic added in this game is present in every subsequent Mario Kart game. The CC difficulty rating was introduced here alongside the Battle Mode, Grand Prix, and Time Trials. The game features items that will spice up every race, like bananas to trip racers and green shells to stun them. These mechanics made the experience a lot of fun. You could choose over 8 different characters: Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, DK Jr., Bowser, Koopa Troopa, and Toad. The game was an absolute hit, and also made the split-screen gameplay more popular than ever. The game had a slanted angle, with 2D sprites to simulate a 3D environment, akin to what F-Zero did years before. In 1996, Nintendo unleashed one of the most critically acclaimed party games to ever exist, Mario Kart 64. A game that had 16 new tracks, new infuriating items like the spiny blue shell that would hit the player in the first place, and the fake item box that would blend in with other item boxes. Wario finally joined the party alongside DK, now fully grown, but Koopa was cut entirely. Although the game retains everything that made Super Mario Kart great, it made some improvements by adding mini turbos after drifting, more snappier driving mechanics, and elevation to racetracks, something that was impossible in the SNES. And you know what? Contrary to popular belief, Mario Kart 64 is not a fully 3D racing game. The racetracks are 3D modeled, but the character sprites and things like trees are flat sprites that follow the point of view of the camera. This was an evolution of the same technique they used in the original game. Still, the game was really fun, allowing 4-player races and battle mode for the first time. Mario Kart 64 is, without a doubt, my favorite retro Mario Kart game, due to the memories I have related to that game. It's really sentimental if you think about it. 5 years later, Nintendo released Mario Kart Super Circuit on the GBA of all things, and in my opinion, this game is amazing, alright? I know that there are some people that don't like it, but just look at the facts. It's a combo between Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario Kart, has the same gameplay style and characters as 64, the graphics hold up to this day, retained every mode available in 64, and added one of the best features in Mario Kart: retro courses, essentially allowing players to race in old racetracks from other Mario Kart games. So aside of the 20 new courses, you could play all the courses of the original Super Mario Kart, adding up to 40 courses total. Super Circuit had the most amount of racetracks of any Mario Kart game, up until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that features 48 tracks. This game was way ahead of its time, gameplay almost one-to-one with its console counterparts, and a sizable gameplay experience is definitely worth admiring. November 2003 would mark the release date of one of the most beloved Mario Kart games in the whole franchise, Mario Kart Double Dash. This is a game I have mixed feelings about. It had a bigger roster, adding Daisy, Waluigi, Diddy Kong, the babies, and bringing back the Koopas. But also adding the insane mechanic of 2 characters per car. Not only that, but every pair of characters has a special item. Like Mario and Luigi had fireballs, Toad and Toadette had the golden mushroom from 64, and Bowser and Jr. had the most imbalanced shit item you could ever imagine. A fucking gigantic Koopa shell that fucks up everything on its wake. But bullshit items aside, the game also added a revamped battle mode with bob-ombs, which was really kick-ass, and multiplayer Grand Prix for the first time. It added a revamped mechanic for drifting by adding a more comprehensible mini turbo function. If your tires started sparking yellow, blue or red after drifting, you would get a speed boost. Red being the highest type of speed boost and yellow being the smallest. And finally, they added a selection of a variety of different cars that had strength, weaknesses and tiers, being heavy, medium and lightweight. When it comes to multiplayer, this game truly shines, but in hindsight, the single player experience is lacking, only because they decided to scrap the idea of retro curses in favor of the 4th difficulty, Mirror Mode, which is just 150cc races with the orientation of the course flipped. In my opinion, this wasn't a good game mode. Even today, I don't really like it. But this game, in my opinion, is one of the best multiplayer experiences in the whole Mario Kart franchise, just because of the sheer chaos a single race can become. After Mario Kart Double Dash, Nintendo started a weird trend of releasing a portable Mario Kart game after a console one. These titles weren't bad, but they were a little experimental, adding new things, removing some things, etc, etc, but overall they were good games. In 2005, Nintendo released Mario Kart DS for, well, the DS. Shocking, I know. This game is one of the reasons for the insane success of the DS. Why, you may ask? Because you could play any of the modes in the game on download play with one single copy of the game. You could have 7 friends connected to your copy of the game and play in the same room. One of my friends even told me he played the game while in class with his friends, and he only had 1 or 2 copies of the game. To some, this game was a step backwards from the insanity that was Double Dash, but the fact they went back to basics makes Double Dash the most original Mario Kart game. The DS refined added mechanics in Double Dash. The drift mechanics became snappier, created original thematic cars for each character, and added new items like the blooper that blurs your screen and the bullet bill that races in your stead for a certain time. You'll see that the blooper wasn't an effective item because the game had 2 screens and you had the map on the bottom one, basically nullifying its purpose. The game even added a new mission mode that intensified the single player experience. It was an okay mode reminiscent of what Diddy Kong Racing used to do. But to some it wasn't really good because it never returned in any other game. Finally, the DS revived the idea of using old tracks from other games. Overall, Mario Kart DS is a good game that came out in the right moment, making it the de facto DS game to own. We jump to April 2008 with the release of one of the greatest racing games to ever grace the gaming community, Mario Kart Wii. The Wii. Mario Kart Wii is, to many people, the definitive Mario Kart experience. This game amped up everything that was brought up on the franchise. More cars to choose from, bikes finally added to the game, more infuriating items like the Thundercloud and the POW block, the blooper finally became a slight menace, and it has the absolute best character roster. Adding characters like Funky Kong from the DK franchise, Rosalina from Mario Galaxy, and even Dry Bowser from New Super Mario Bros., including some babies like Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, and Baby Daisy. The game allowed too many flavors of gameplay, with motion controls and supporting regular controllers and GameCube controllers. The game is an overall improvement. Even the online was absolutely fun. To this day, modders and hackers have continuously supported this game instead of the newest in the franchise. People love this game, my girlfriend loved this game, so that's great. In my opinion, this game always felt a little loose and unbalanced, but you know what? I think that's the reason why people love this game so much. The organized chaos this game brings is something that hasn't been comparable to this day. And I repeat myself, the Double Dash is pure chaos, so it's not comparable. After the masterpiece Mario Kart Wii was, you might be thinking, how would they up themselves from that great game? They didn't. December 2011 would mark the date of the only mediocre Mario Kart game. Not saying that Mario Kart 7 is bad, but in my opinion it has almost nothing going for it. The game took out more than half of the roster from Mario Kart Wii, added weird character choices like the Queen Bee instead of something like Waluigi, scrapped the bikes altogether, and the only redeeming features were the customization of cars that let you choose the type of tires and cars that fit in your playstyle, and the paraglider and water propeller mechanics that gave the developers more room to create new cool stages and remake some of the old ones with these mechanics in mind. The game also brought back a mechanic that only appeared in Super Mario Kart, which was the coins. The coins basically work like this. The more coins you have, the higher your top speed can be. But aside from that, nothing much. On the surface, this game is just another Mario Kart game. But if you look in the history of everything new each Mario Kart game brought to a table, this game is just disappointing. Finally, the last Mario Kart game to date, something that was never done before in a lot of aspects, that even was released in 2 different consoles. Without much further ado, here is Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Released on May 30th, 2016 for the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 was released to become one of the best games in the franchise, garnering a lot of praise for its graphics, presentation, music, and gameplay. The game grabbed the car customization from 7 and expanded upon it with over 60 different pieces to build a car with. The game brought over the propeller and paraglider mechanics for races and added a new anti-gravity mechanic, allowing old and new courses to have gravity-defying races. The game even had a deal with Mercedes-Benz. How cool is that? Sadly, the game got some criticism for the mediocre character roster that had the Koopalings and more babies, scrapping veteran characters like Funky Kong, Beardo, and even Diddy Kong. The game only had one battle mode, the traditional balloon fight, making 8 the only Mario Kart game to have only one battle mode aside from Mario Kart on the GBA, which was in a handheld, so it's understandable. Here, there's no excuse. Also, the game was only compatible with Wii U controllers and Pro controllers, and Wiimotes, and not GameCube controllers, which blew super hard. 8 was the first ever Mario Kart game to have DLC, adding full cups and playable characters. They added 4 cups with 4 racetracks each, some from older games and others brand new, and added characters from other franchises for the very first time, like the Inklings from Splatoon, the Villagers and Isabelle from Animal Crossing, 2 new versions of Mario and Peach, and Link from The Legend of Zelda as a playable racer. And you might be wondering if Mario Kart 8 is my favorite Mario Kart game, and the answer is no. My favorite is 8 Deluxe. There are some differences from the original title to make it different, but the main thing is the fact that the game is the full package with all DLC included, and a revamped battle mode that included a lot of extra modes like Cops and Robbers, Shine Run, and brought back the Bob-omb battle from Mario Kart Double Dash. The game even looks better than the original, and finally allowed the use of different controllers, included our beloved GameCube controllers. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is my favorite Mario Kart game, and the enjoyment I get from it is something I haven't felt from any other Mario Kart game, and I've played all of them. That's going to be enough from me for today. To tell you the truth, I had a blast researching every single one of these games for this episode. You know what, I love telling you my opinion because I feel that usually falls in good ears, so it's super fun. Also, I wanted to be part of the Mayrio Month, so without Antdude, I don't think I would have done this video any sooner, but thanks to Antdude for creating Mayrio Month. It's an amazing marathon. I really recommend you to check out his videos. He did one video on ROM hacking for Mario 64, and his most recent video, I think, is a Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but are the portable games. But he also did like the full games for the Wii U, Wii, and everything. So yeah, check it out. If you wanted to check more of Antdude, I'm going to leave his channel in the description below. He's a super cool dude. I really enjoy his content. I'm not sure he's going to see this video. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I want to be part of the community, at least for something he did great that actually inspired me to do this video. Again, thank you all guys for watching. Thanks to Antdude for doing Mayrio Month, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, all my links are in the description below. This was Steffu. Have a fantastic night, and please take care.